With the AIIB meeting underway on Korea's Jeju Island, it's worth noting that Asian countries are outpacing the rest of the world in terms of economic growth, accounting for 40% of global GDP. Now, to hear from an expert on how to keep business booming in the region, our Oh Soo-young sat down with the Chief Economist of the Asian Development Bank.
Asian economies face a range of uncertainties that could affect their global trade. The rise of US interest rates, an economic slowdown in China, and the spread of protectionism. But according to the Asian Development Bank's Chief Economist Yasuyuki Sawada, through deeper regional integration, crisis can be turned into opportunity.
In terms of Trans-Pacific Partnership withdrawal by a Trump administration and the possible policy change in US and Eurozone, it can be positive and negative impact on Asian economy because this new policy change may accelerate other trade arrangement such as RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, ASEAN, and other Asian country. It's important, regardless of developed country policy change, continue for more open trade and investment.
Over the past few decades, Asian countries have embraced business on a global scale. They make up 40% of global production and lead the world as the fastest growing region in terms of annual GDP. Transactions within the region have been a key driver of that boom, accounting for almost 60% of trade and half the flow of investment. But Sawada says there's more room for growth. Asia's financial markets are still regarded as risky and underdeveloped, and with a high ratio of dollar-denominated bonds, they are highly vulnerable to risks of capital outflow as well as currency mismatch. At the same time, Asian countries are in need of long-term investment, some $26 trillion by the year 2030 for infrastructural projects.
There are, of course, developing markets which are very hungry for more growth, more investment, more infrastructure. So would you say that regional integration is the answer?
So the question is how to attract global liquidity or money and make them invest in this long-term investment. I think one way is to develop a local currency financial market infrastructure in Asia so that people can invest within the region as well as overseas and in credible manner.
In terms of promoting growth and integration across the region, Sawada says Korea has been leading by example.
So Korea is really one of the successful cases where a country transcends middle income, so-called middle income trap and middle income challenges. Korea already concluded 26 free trade areas and close to 100 bilateral investment treaties. So Korea is really playing a very important role to maintain and gather momentum of Asian growth.
Looking ahead, Sawada says the ADB will support sustainable development in the region, reducing the poverty rate, improving education, and tackling climate change, among other goals for the year 2030. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.